West Coast, you play in the nice weather. East Coast, you're playing outside. You may not shoot as well, but you're a lot tougher. Do you feel like East Coast players are a lot tougher than West Coast players?
Yeah, y'all, I'm not going to lie. West Coast players be a little soft.
Slow down.
What's up? This is Outta Pocket, the hoop show for real hoop fans. I'm LaJethro Jenkins.
Josiah.
I'm Zach Schwartz. I want to ask you, gentlemen, what's the dumbest thing you would do to lose $39 million?
Oh, God, bro.
Zach, we don't know if he's lost that 39
Yeah,
million.
true. Fair enough.
Because he can come out busting ass and get that 39 right back. I don't do dumb. The dumbest thing I ever did was I lost a $50 bill at Wiener Schnitzel. And I'll never forget it. It was firm in my pocket. Then I went home like, oh, shit. Tried to go back, but it was in the hood.
Bro.
The brand Slauson. It was gone.
Yeah.
Bro, right. That had to hurt,
It was
dog.
like
That
birthday
had to
money or
hurt.
something. I was stunned. You know, you had that 50 when you were young, and it hurt.
$39 fucking million, dog.
I feel bad for him.
That's
at
an
that
insane amount of money, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, let's look at the positives. He gets like 193.
point. True.
bro, it's still $39 million.
Yeah.
Bro, you hear people talking about like they got fined $25K. Oh, you know, they make all this money. Nigga, it's still $25K. They still be hurt. They missing that $25K. This man might be losing almost half, like $50 million?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight 40 piece. But I don't blame him. I blame society. Let's be real. not convicted of any crime. Man likes to go to the titty bar. Nothing wrong with that. I don't do it. But I'm just saying, if I was 23, single, had disposable income, I would support my local communities.
Beating up kids that come play pickup at your house.
Allegedly.
That didn't lose him
Pulling
to
up at
50
finish
though. That
line.
didn't lose him to 40 mil. That didn't
Allegedly.
That didn't lose him to
All
40
alleged.
mil.
I don't think it lost him the $40 million, but in a series of 2 weeks, that comes out. The slapping.
All it was old shit, though.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help, man.
It feels like Warriors fans typically got together, started the smear campaign.
How do y'all feel about the Jalen Rose interview? Like the clips that we've seen so far. We're recording it prior to the interview actually dropping, but
We've seen the clips, though.
how y'all feeling?
I feel the clip looks like he's like doing his best to try to lie about all
Bro,
of it.
the
like,
feds were looking for this man. It was about to be Ja Morant versus the United States of America. Of course, he's having a very scripted conversation,
Yeah.
bro. I
What
would
do
be
people
too.
expect? Like, oh, you now in with the burners.
Right,
Like,
right.
Chicken wings and burners.
Right,
Like, what do
you
you
know
want
what
him
I
to be
mean?
talking about? But I think when you look at that interview, obviously ESPN didn't get that interview because they would have told him go fuck off. Jalen Rose had that impassioned speech, I think, the week before. Josh team probably saw like, all right, he's the perfect dude to do it. Look at that
Right.
pristine lineup, the dyed black joint. Go
He
ahead.
had the
and get
polo
it.
boots on
Jalen's
in the
great,
picture.
and I'm glad
Polo
he's doing
boots.
it. And I hope Ja has like figured it all out. Is my takeaway, and like I think more than anything, like I'm sad for him that he's gonna lose $39 million. Like that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
So we
It
feel
sucks.
like Ja comes back Monday against the Mavs. He goes on a tear. He can't get that All NBA back, even third team.
To the room, isn't it a game? Doesn't he have to play a certain number of games?
To make all NBA, yeah.
And you missed that minimum.
He might.
It's gonna be close.
But the take is that people are saying the voters are seeing him being suspended and stuff and be like, he's not going to be on mine.
it's just
What is
ugly.
it?
It's just it's not a good
68%
look.
Caucasian voters.
Yeah.
68% Caucasian voters. He's not getting it.
They see him off a perk. You know what I'm saying?
Dragonfly
Titties
had the
out,
great
flashing the
tweet.
joint.
It's not 80%. Well, actually, it's 70%.
Right.
It's not 1 in 8. It's 1 in 7. Like, come on now.
Come on, man. But yeah, it's not looking good for him. What would you do in order to keep that $39 million, though? I'd play with half a leg, bro. It would be a lot that would.
What's the Fire Festival meme? The guy that's like, "What would you do for that water?" And he's got that look in his eye. $39 million is a lot of money.
Bro, that's a lot of money, dog.
Might have to spend the block. Get some of that back. And before, I'm going to give my
Right. They thought I was thugging before, my boy. Look at me now. You
Go
know what I'm saying?
fund me. Grizzlies fans, I need you to go ahead and hit it if you want
Shit,
me to
man.
stay. But I think he'll get that money back. That's a great thing about the NBA, all the back channeling, the secret shit that goes on. Hey, John, invest in this thing. And then here you go, your 39's back.
For sure.
All right, the Lakers have lost some games that they should have won, and they're in the play-in game slot. So I want to ask you guys, what is your dream play-in matchup?
Fucking the dream is that the Lakers are in the play-in. I don't know. I don't have a dream matchup. Where the fuck they gonna play? They gotta be there first to do it. I'm not really feeling. We got to figure out. AD just turned 30. Man can't play back-to-backs. What are we doing?
Why did
He
they
can play
sit
back
him?
to
That
back.
Houston game, it's like you look at it, you look at the calendar and it's like there are teams that are playing head to head and one will lose and fall behind you, you have to win this game. And you're going to sit Anthony Davis and lose and trick one off the Rockets. And people will be like, oh, well, they should win without him. Well, it's like, well, who gives a fuck? Win the game.
Not those
Win the
Rockets,
game in front of you.
That just beat the Celtics. St. Louis's very own Jason Tatum.
Oh, man. What's going on with that?
No, I'm not even.
Okay.
But I'm just saying the Rockets.
What did St. Louis do? You feel me?
No, the Rockets are beating good teams is the point I'm trying to make. Don't let that nasty-ass record fool you, and you can look on paper and be like, oh, we got 2 against the Rockets, we got 2 against the Jazz.
We're not good enough for shit to ever be sweet, though. That's the issue, bro. We're not that team where, let me just sit AD and we can still get this win. We're not that good.
No.
You know what I mean?
Do you know how sad it is that I looked at the standings and I was like, thank God the Lakers really aren't in that Wembanyama race anymore. Not that they were going to have the pick, but thank God they weren't going to trick that pick off.
We knew that wasn't going to happen, Zach.
But dude, that kept me up because that's some shit that's like Babe Ruth shit. That's like franchise altering.
Look, everybody's rocking with Wemby. I need to see that man play an NBA game first. I need to see how his body's going to hold up with the NBA season.
Fair.
On paper, again, just like the Lakers schedule, looks great. You got to go out there and do it now. Is he playing 82?
How do you
70?
How do you feel about LeBron? You know, he dropped the image where I guess he's revving up. He's getting close. You know what I mean? Yeah, in his tank. You know, getting prepared.
What did he do the last time he did that?
What happened the last time?
He dropped that photo July 2020, gentlemen. What happened after that?
What happened? Talk to us.
The hardest championship in NBA history.
Let's go.
Global pandemic. Life on the line.
What happened last time?
Imprisoned at Disney World.
Hardest ring ever.
Not standard accommodations. It might have been a presidential suite. It was musty, though. Was it getting cleaned every day? No. Every 3 to 4 days, reusing the same towel. Shout out Dan Orlovsky.
Do you think if you call Disney World and can I get the LeBron room, they'll give it to you? Do you think they know and will you can book that?
You would think this, Zach.
I would.
This is a very thing that Zach.
Jordan has the Atlantis room, the bridge at the Bahamas and Atlantis. That's called the Jordan room because he stayed there so much.
Really?
He was getting it in.
He hid there so much. You feel me? That was his honeycomb hideout. That's what we called it. You feel me?
All right. Last thing. We're in March, obviously.
Are we?
We're in March. Little March Madness going on.
Are you happy it's March, Zach?
Are you happy
it's no longer February?
Not hitting him with that, G.
Zach is an ally.
But, you got UCLA, their favorite, right? Arizona State, now we're actually in it.
You guys made it. I was proud to see it.
Congratulations.
How long has it been? We've made it several times with Bobby Hurley. So it's he does all right.
You made it. It wasn't that janky first four. Got to go to
We're the first four.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got through.
Woo.
Smack cheeks.
That's the project.
If you lose that, you can't put that on the banner. The first four doesn't count.
That's the play.
Right.
And they made it, thankfully. And now we go play TCU. So I want to ask you guys, do you have a favorite or any player you want to watch in March Madness?
So I got this gentleman sweatshirt, Jaime Jaquez Jr., the pride of Camarillo.
Yes.
Just spectacular career at UCLA. Pac-12 Player of the Year. Deserve it. No other player deserved it other than him. No Lithuanians. No Arizonans.
Jesus Christ.
You got it.
Lithuanians.
Tubelis.
Zula Tubelis.
He's a killer, though. He's a killer. So I'm rocking with Jaime in this crew. I think they got a good star crew. Obviously, losing Jalen Clark, Defensive Player of the Year, it's going to hurt. But we got Amari Bailey, and he's in light-skinned mode, activated. He's out here doing it.
That call was such
Did you see that call, bro? Bro, that call, G, get that man the fuck away from basketball.
Pac-12 refs. Tony Padilla.
It's so bad it felt racist. I'm like, no, bro, did it not? It's so bad. I'm like, bro, this has to be some racism here.
Well, since we're leaving the conference, in a lot of ways, you are correct.
Jesus Christ.
I do want to share Jaquez's story. So I went with Josiah to see ASU play UCLA. ASU lost. We're watching. Jaquez is cooking. I think he had 28 on the game, but we're looking up. It's 17. And he keeps scoring, and I'm like, damn, he's cooking. And Joe's like, oh, he needs more. Keep feeding him, keep getting him buckets. And ironically, that very night, he passed your dad for all time.
Oh, wow.
On the all-time scoring list at UCLA.
I'm sure there was some chicanery going down. Less games, janky schedule. My dad was playing in the Pac-8, it's the Pac-12. Now you got 2 more conference games.
Yeah.
Definitely some chicanery, but shout out to Jaime, a great dude, love his family. Sister's a hooper, 2 McDonald's All-American doing her thing. So I think we'll get farther than Arizona, and I think that's all that matters.
That's
as
all
we
that matters.
Reach kind of our pinnacle in the pack.
The thing that's my nightmare is if ASU wins, they beat TCU, then they beat Gonzaga. They get to play you guys for a 5th time, just get starched again.
That's what we're hoping
don't
for.
need that.
Let's go, brother.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, on the topic of March Madness, we got one of the best players in the women's bracket, Angel Reese.
One of the best players, period.
Period, my guy. She is a dog.
All right, we got Angel Reese coming up next. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Outta Pocket, the hoop show for real hoop fans. I'm LaJethro Jenkins.
Josiah Johnson.
I'm Zach Schwartz, and we are blessed to have Angel Reese, one of the best hoopers in America right now. Angel, how's it going?
It's good. Hi.
You getting ready for a March Madness run? Are you getting nervous, excited? You obviously got your eyes set on Dallas. How's that all going?
I'm excited. I mean, I came to LSU for games like this to get in March. So it's finally here. I feel like I've been here for a long time, and I think we've had a long non-conference and then conference schedule. So I feel like our team is really ready right now, and I think we're really excited.
So I want to start off with Slam. How did it feel when you got that call? That's a big deal.
So actually, Flau'jae's mom, my teammate Flau'jae, her mom is her momager. So her mom got it for her, and then because I had to work with Slam like when I was in high school from my senior year to college. So I had worked with them before. So they were like, let's do a collab, and then being able to do that was amazing. I mean, the pictures came out so fire. It was just amazing. I loved it.
Did you grow up reading Slam and like having the magazines and stuff in your house?
Yes, I love Slam. Like I always said, I wanted to be on the cover of Slam, and like when I got that, when I haven't gotten a hard copy just yet, but when that hard copy comes, I know I'm going to be really excited about it. So I've always had like T-shirts and stuff like that of like just the Slam cover. So some T-shirts are going to be coming out too. So it's just fire. I love it.
For sure.
Can we get the autograph? Can we get the autograph hard copy?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll pay for shipping and handling. I don't know.
No, I got
rules
you.
and everything. I don't know how it go. You know, you come from a basketball family. Your mom and your dad both hooped in college and professionally. But when did you fall in love with basketball?
Probably when I was like 4th, 5th grade. I used to play on a older team, so I was kind of the little one on the older team, and then I feel like I was pretty good. And then like 7th, 8th grade, I kind of got some offers, and I used to always play with my brother, and just seeing how competitive it was just a lot of fun. I mean, I tried different sports. I played volleyball, ran track and stuff, but it wasn't really for me. So basketball is just something I fell in love with.
And what was your first offer? Do you remember?
Georgetown. It was like close to home.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, you having a great year, you had a great sophomore year at Maryland and chose to leave and have had an even better year at LSU. What kind of went into the process of choosing to leave Maryland? Obviously, it's worked out, but what sort of was your mentality behind leaving Maryland?
It was hard. I mean, it was really, really hard leaving my mom. And my brother goes to Maryland, so that family atmosphere was really hard for me. But I had to make a decision best for my career, and I think I wanted a fresh start. Being able to play my game, being a big guard at the next level, I know I'm going to be able to play that stretch 4 position. So being able to play with another 5, and then a really great coach like Kim Mulkey and the program that she has, and then of course being able to market myself. I mean, being who I am, as you guys have seen, I've been able to be who I am and embrace who I am. So I think this was the best decision I've ever made in my life, and like it has changed my life so much. In a great way. So it was hard, but I think it's paid off.
I asked you this kind of before the show, but LSU sort of has become like the bag getting mecca. Like people, you, Livy, Flau'jae. Was there part of the allure to the school with that, or was that just kind of basketball? It was hoops first, that was secondary.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about that. Like I didn't really know who Livy Dunn was. I knew Flau'jae, she was a rapper, she was a top player as well. But then when I came here on my visit, they had their own NIL program. And that was just something that I have never seen before, where they can just help me brand myself, help me with taxes, things that you really don't learn in school. Wow. So just they helped me so much. I mean, that NIL, it's called NIL LSU, and they help you with a lot of stuff. So it was amazing. When I seen that, it was just perfect for me.
So what advice would you give to somebody navigating that NIL landscape? It seems like it's still all kind of brand new. It's the wild, wild west. You hear a lot of positive stories like yourself and other athletes, but there's also a lot of negative side to it too. Like you mentioned, like a lot of people don't know they got to pay taxes on all that bread they're getting. So they just think they get that check. And they got to pay their uncle. Their uncle's coming for that bread.
Yeah, no, that's my brother. My brother think he can just spend, and my mom be having to remind him, you got to pay taxes. You got to put some money to the side for taxes. So, I mean, honestly, one of my biggest things that I had to kind of learn early on was like, all money isn't good money. And just because it might be a good price at the moment, but like, do you see yourself actually wanting to authentically wear the brand? And I kind of had to separate that, because a lot of times they do offer me a lot of money, but like, if I'm not interested in it, it's just like, why am I putting this fake stuff on my Instagram? So I think that's one of the big things I had to kind of separate. And it was hard. I mean, I work with somebody. I'm not signed with the agency, but I do work with somebody. But just being able to separate that. Another thing, just as a woman, like, I feel like sometimes we kind of get lowballed sometimes, but I feel like on the NIL space, if you look at I think the women right behind football, I think the women are like right there. So that was just something that was important to me, just being able to have the same prices or getting the same equality as the men. So that was another important thing when it comes to that.
What's the first thing you caught when that bag came in? I'll try to see where that money went.
I don't know. I always bought a lot of nice stuff. So it wasn't something I had my eye on and I was like, I gotta buy this when I get the NIL bag. So I don't know. It's been coming and I'm happy.
You ain't cop a Hellcat or nothing like that?
No. My mom pays my car right now. So she said
that's fire.
Once she finished paying it off in December, she said I can buy a new car. So that would be when I can get a new car.
Okay. Okay. I respect it.
We're obviously in March, and I gotta ask, just as a basketball fan, UConn has sort of been the top dog, for lack of a better term, in women's basketball for so long. As far as your recruitment goes and now being in the tournament, do you like kind of look at UConn and be like, I want to prove to them, like, you kind of like screw UConn a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, that's been sort of the marquee program. Now you're looking and like you see them in the tournament. Does that go through your mind at all?
Not really. I mean, I have the same mindset towards every team. I mean, I'm really competitive. So each team, I mean, we have to get to the first round to even see UConn within I think they're on the other side of the bracket. So just being able to take one game at a time, because you can't take any opponent lightly, honestly. I mean, I've learned that for sure. We played Tennessee in the SEC tournament and we lost to them. And we beat them the first time. So we probably went in there. We were up 17. So you can't really take opponents lightly. Anybody can have a great night any night. But I mean, I do admire their program. They have had a great history of pros, championships, amazing coach. So, I mean, I do admire their program.
You want that smoke, though, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, we want this.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Of course.
Yeah.
So where did you get the nickname Bayou Barbie, and what did you think when you first heard it?
It was actually one of the fans. My mom had came down to one of the games. She heard one of the fans say it, and then she told me, and then I ran with it. So the Bayou part is, of course, Baton Rouge, the New Orleans area. They call us the Bayou. And then the Barbie part is like my nails, lashes, edges, hair. All that stuff is always done. So they call me the Bayou Barbie. And I got it trademarked, and I got t-shirts and merch and hats, everything, sweatpants and stuff like that. So I love it. Everybody calls me that down here. I mean, the Baton Rouge is kind of like Baltimore, like a city area that supports women's basketball. It's the hood down the street. Trust me, the hood is down the street. So I just love it here.
And New Orleans, I know them roads is janky. How are the roads out there in Baton Rouge?
That just the same.
The potholes everywhere. You gotta be careful what kind of car you get. Yeah, because you're gonna be getting them rims and the alignment. So I know you mentioned, I think on your recruiting trip when you came out there, Kim Mulkey had the nice seafood spread for you. Had all the good stuff, all the fire. But you're a Baltimore native, so I got to know, who got the better seafood, Louisiana or Baltimore?
Baltimore. We got the best seafood because they don't have Old Bay. Well, they have Old Bay, but they don't use Old Bay. They use Creole, and I don't like that. And they like crawfish boils, and I just feel like it's so much work for a little piece of meat. It's not like they don't have crab legs. My teammates be trying to say they don't know nothing about the blue crab. They don't know nothing about that stuff. So I'm going to bring them back home, or I'm going to bring some back home from when I go home this summer. So,
hey, crawfish look like little roaches. Yeah.
Delicious little roaches, though, man. They fire.
I just can't get. It look like a big old thing of roaches. I can get down with the blue crabs, though. I can't get down with I've never been a crawfish. I ain't eating this little roach.
Angel, you make a great point, though. This is a lot of work for no meat at all.
No, it's not.
I agree.
It's not worth it.
So your teammate Flau'jae, she's a rapper, and she got bars, too.
Facts.
When we going to see you featured on the song, you know what I mean? Like,
no. I told her, I'll be in the back. I told her to make a love song, and I told her I'll be in the back. She told me like a video vixen, and I was like, yeah, I'll be the cute girl in the back, and just being able to be back. I'm her hype man though. Whenever she does stuff, when she goes to, we had like a little banquet last night, and she performed in front of all the people, and I'll be the girl I'll be recording everything like her mom, and just I'm the girl in the back and just hyping her up. So I let her do that. She's a really great rapper, so I'm happy for her.
No ad-libs, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not good. Nah.
I gotta ask, your name is now starting to get mentioned with some of the greats, like the LSU greats. How does that kind of feel for you being mentioned with such rarefied air? I
mean, honestly, for me, it's kind of overwhelming because honestly, I don't think I've done anything yet. I haven't won a championship. I haven't been to a Final Four. I mean, I'm breaking records individually, but like I have bigger goals. Like when I came here, I want to win a national championship. I want to get to a Final Four. And I mean, Simone and Sylvia, those two, they've gotten there. So just being able to follow their steps. I mean, they've been great role models for me. I've talked to Sylvia and I've talked to Simone. I don't know if you've seen that picture of me and Simone when I was younger, and I was like 8 or 7 years old. So that's a surreal moment for me. And I still fangirl over them. So it is overwhelming for me because I give respect to them. They have laid the flowers down for me. So it's just overwhelming sometimes.
And what did it mean to you to break Sylvia's consecutive double-double record this season? And I feel a lot of us on the West Coast, we don't really rock with the East Coast like that. No disrespect to LSU or whatever y'all got going on. But every time I'm watching ESPN, they showing it and they building up to it. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see Angel out there really doing some things. So what did it mean to you to be able to do that?
It meant a lot. I mean, I think I worked hard, but I can't do it without my teammates. My teammates, whenever they miss a shot, I can get the rebound. So it helped. They helped me out a little bit. They give me the ball a lot. So I do whatever it takes to win. And just being able to have Sylvia there as really supportive of me is just something that's really important.
You're a bully on the court. You averaging 23 and 15, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like who did you watch growing up? Who inspired you to play basketball in the way you do?
MJ, that era, like. Oh, for real? I mean, I would like that Dennis Rodman era. Like, I love that. Like that. That's kind of like what I love. Like that grit where they pushing around and like they just playing ball, like they hooping, like they outside. Like that's just kind of that's what I love. Growing up in Baltimore, playing outside, just being able to be so competitive. I used to play with boys as well, so I think it wasn't. I mean, MJ and like that era, but like just being able to play in Baltimore and playing with boys kind of developed me who I am.
Well, we were talking like West Coast, you play in the nice weather. East Coast, you're playing outside, shitty weather. You may not shoot as well, but you're a lot tougher. Do you feel like East Coast players are a lot tougher than West Coast players?
Y'all, I'm not going to lie. West Coast players be a little soft.
Slow down.
I'm from St. Louis. I don't claim Louis.
St. Louis, in the Lou, y'all be, y'all stepping.
Thank you.
Y'all stepping in the Lou. Y'all stepping in the Lou. For sure.
It ain't our fault the weather nice out here.
No, I'm just saying, like,
buttery jumpers.
West Coast, y'all just play cute. Like, y'all be just trying to play so cute. Like, nah.
No contact.
I love that.
Well, some people are saying you can leave now and go to the W. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you ready to make a jump like that? If it was available to you?
I love college. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love college, and development wise, no, I don't think I'm ready to go to the WNBA. Even next year, like, I'm going to be a senior and I have a chance to come back. But the amount of money I can make in college is way more amount of money I can make in the WNBA. So I'm definitely going to be taking that into consideration for sure. But I mean, the WNBA is my dream. That's for sure my dream. And that's where I want to leave my legacy at. But I also want to leave this legacy here at LSU. I have really big goals. So, I mean, hopefully the chips fall in the right place at the right time. So, right now, I love college, and I'm staying in college if it was to come down to it.
Coach Mulkey, that first practice playing for her, what was it like? Was she harder than previous coaches you'd had? What was that sort of moment like?
Yes. I'm telling you, not everybody can be coached by Kim Mulkey. Like, she's very hard on you. She shows tough love. Like, I just really appreciate a coach like that. One, we practice for 4 hours, but it's great work. Like the work, it's in the summertime. It's in the summer. Okay. It's only in the summer. Like right now, we've cut it down to hour and a half, 2. But it's great work. It's like, I just feel like every day I was getting better. It was so competitive. She was on me. Like when you're the best player, sometimes the coaches, they kind of slack off and they don't really get on you how they should. Coach, she's going to call me out before anybody. She holds me to a high standard. I don't know. She's just amazing. She just keeps it real. She tells me exactly not what I want to hear, what I need to hear. Like the South Carolina game, she said you had 4 rebounds, and I have it written on my locker that 4 rebounds, and I like that's just something I won't forget. Like she keeps it real, and I don't think a lot of players would be able to take that, and a lot of players will even be able to respond to that. But I needed Kim. I needed Coach Mulkey.
Is she the type that, like, in film, she's putting together like a little reel if you've had a bad game and you're sitting there like,
no, but she's definitely
again?
gonna make sure we going back and replaying that one clip that you messed up on.
Yeah,
she's just gonna sit there like, why? Tell me why. I want to answer today why you did this. Why did you do this? So
that's great.
Coach, I love her.
Awesome.
Speaking of intensity, there's a clip of you like losing your shoe, trying to put it back on in game. A guard goes to the bucket. You push the guard shit. You know what I mean? Look at the guard and be like, get that shit the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Fire clip. Intense as hell. Was it worth the tech? You know what I mean?
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. I mean, because if I took that playoff, I think the game was pretty close. That was a close game. And if I had took that playoff, we could have lost that game. So I just didn't want to take the playoff. And I think my teammate had got beat off the dribble. I kind of whispered. I told the ref, like, hold on, 1 second. She didn't want to wait. So that was what it was.
Hey, your 90s idols would have been very proud of that.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, for sure.
Would they get a
too.
tech? Would MJ got a tech, though?
Hell no. That was not tech worthy. That was not tech worthy. That was not tech worthy. I mean, dude, you had a shoe in one hand, blocked her with the other hand. I think you deserve to drop a few curse words and mug a little bit. And, at minimum. You know what I mean? At minimum. You feel me?
They can't give you a tech for that. That's not for the shoe in the hand. Right? Let's talk about your squad a little bit. So you came in, you had 4 freshmen, 5 transfers. How long did it take y'all to come together and really become a team? And do you remember a specific moment where it was like, all right, I'm rocking with these women and we're going to really go out here and do something special?
I think it was when we were in Hawaii. We played Oregon State, and Coach told us before the game she had never beat Oregon State. When she was at Baylor, all the championships she's been through, she had never beat Oregon State. And we kind of took that personal. I feel like she had like a little edge in her where she was like, I don't think y'all can beat them. Like, I don't know if y'all can beat them. I don't know if y'all ready. Mind you, this is like December. We're not home, and this is one of our first big games, ranked opponent. So when we played and everybody came out hot, everybody free smoke, like that's our theme, free smoke. So everybody got the smoke. Everybody was on it. It was just like everybody had just got together, and I don't know, we was rolling. So that's kind of how we knew.
So you talk about the importance of growing the women's game. You know, this LSU squad has a lot of swag. I'll say that. You got a lot of dynamic personalities, and y'all become kind of a media sensation. But what's it been like for you to see all the love you getting and all the hate you getting too across the country?
It get crazy. Only the strong survive because it get crazy. It get crazy because it get crazy. But I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. I mean, I've gotten a lot of great feedback, of course, but of course, I'm going to get negative as well. And I mean, I don't read a lot of, I read some stuff. I didn't even know if I was going to go viral off of the tweet I had posted and then the shoe blog. I didn't think I was going to go viral for that stuff, but you just got to kind of take the good with the bad. Sometimes I mentally just have to take a break from social media because it can get overwhelming. It can distract you from a lot of things. So just mentally, it's good and bad. It's positive. I mean, we're all human. Nobody wants to hear negative things about them, but I know it just comes with it.
You guys have 2 losses this season, one to an undefeated team in South Carolina and one just from the SEC tournament, which Joe and I have talked about this. Those tournament games, like, it's such a toss-up.
Yeah.
The conference tournaments are so weird. But how have those 2 losses this season prepped you guys for your tournament run?
I'm glad we only lost 2 because when we get to practice, after a loss is never good. It's never good for us. But I mean, I think it was been a learning experience for us for sure. I mean, the South Carolina, they're who they are. They're really great. An environment like that, even just to go there, an undefeated team. They won a natty last year. So I think that was definitely a learning experience for us. And then the Tennessee loss, that was just us. We lost that game on our own. And then coming back to the film room, being able to pay attention to detail, going over a lot of film. You have to remember, we are a young team. We have 9 new pieces on the team. So being able to come in and do things that many people don't expect, we still have to pat ourselves on the back. Like, we are still 28-2. Like, we're still a top 10 team in the country where we're not supposed to be. We're finishing second in the SEC. So we have to kind of be humble about everything, but also, like, I think sometimes we can just give ourselves a pat on the back on things.
How excited are you just for this tournament and to really show out? And you've obviously established yourself as such a name, but now to kind of get to do this on the biggest stage with the team that you really love, with the coach that you clearly really love. How excited are you for March?
I'm excited. I mean, my freshman and sophomore year, I've only been to the Sweet 16. So my goal is definitely to get past the Sweet 16. And I think we have the key, the skills, the coaches, the atmosphere, the environment. We have everything, all the tools. So now it's just about how we piece it together. And that's our theme for this year, piecing it together. And then now just focusing for 4. So just being able to focus for all 4 quarters, staying together as one, listening to the coaches, just being disciplined, getting our rest recovery. So I'm excited. March is my favorite month. I mean, it's just anybody can win on any given night. It don't matter what seed you are. So I'm excited and I'm just looking forward to it.
Right on.
You talked about watching NBA, MJ, you know what I'm saying, Robin, all them. Who's your favorite WNBA player?
I have 2. Okay. Asia Wilson, that's my girl. And then Candace Parker. Candace Parker, yeah.
2 gods.
Two big odds.
You feel me?
Odds. Yeah.
I mean, let me put some respect in their name. My bad. For sure. You talked about Candace Parker. What do you think about the super team era? How you feeling about that? And
I already love Vegas. Vegas was my team anyway. So I already love Asia. And I already love that Kelsey, all of them. That's a power team. Like, that team is, I got to get to a game this summer for sure.
So I see you rocking the Kobe shirt too, and I know the viewers at home can't necessarily see it. But what does Kobe mean to you, and how much has he just inspired you to really go out there and just reach the pinnacle of your athletic skills?
Just his work ethic, like the way he worked every single day, no matter what. Even though he knew he was good, he knew it was much more. And just sometimes I'll just watch motivational, like even days that I don't want to get up, just thinking about people don't always have these same opportunities. And unfortunately, he passed away, and I know he had so much more to give to the game, and just being able to play for him and his daughter is just something that has always been inspiring to me. That was like just so tragic that happened, but I just play just because many people don't have the opportunity to play and don't get those second chances. So I just play hard because he put a lot into the game, and I just really respect him.
Let's talk about LSU a little bit. You said you love the college experience and you're not even ready to go to the WNBA. What is it about that LSU campus? Because I'm going to be real, I just drove through there one time, didn't really get to turn up at all. But what is about that campus that you love so much?
Just the fans. Do y'all know we get more fans than the men's team? Like, it's crazy. Like 15,000 people at a game, and the student section's coming out, the older people coming out, the young people coming out, the whole city coming out. When you walk down the street, they know who you are. They respect you. And I just feel like LSU is just one of a kind. I mean, we're growing on and off the court. They let you embrace who you are. I feel like I've grown my platform just because I've been able to be me. Like, Coach has never had to hold me back from being me, telling me, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Like, I know the line to draw when it comes to certain things and when things to do and not to do. But I just feel like LSU is one of a kind. If I was a regular student, I'm coming to LSU. Like, the turn up that the regular students be having, they be turned up too. So I love LSU.
Y'all get more fans than the men's team. Do y'all flex on them at all? Or is like y'all got to get out the gym? We're trying to get this work in.
We ain't flex on them. We ain't flex. Luckily, we
got bringing the money here.
Right. Y'all got a shake. You feel me?
Nah, we don't flex. We don't flex on them. They're a building program. This is their coach's first year and everything that had gone on with them last year. So they're going to be building up.
Not even a life flex though. You know what I mean? Yo,
it's kind of you to not.
When we lost to Tennessee, they had something slick to say, and it was like, how y'all lost? And we was like, the same reason y'all lost 13 conference games. So they be trying to flex on us sometimes. They like to joke around because they know we're not expected to lose. So when we lose, it's just a big old thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of LSU, who is the most hostile gym to go play in?
South Carolina that's an environment. That's an environment.
Yeah.
The fams, that's an environment. And they go hard on Twitter. They go hard off the court, on social media. They go hard. So you got to have thick skin when it comes to reading all that stuff after that game. They go hard for sure.
What's the wildest thing somebody said to you on Twitter? I deal on Twitter a lot, and I get a lot of death threats, a lot of hate. But I love it. I just eat it up. Yeah, really. So they're coming at you crazy like that.
Yes, like it's crazy. It's bad. Like it's real bad.
What I've learned about all that stuff is if somebody's going to do it, they would just do it. They're not going to be like, hey, I'm going to do it. So I just kind of laugh at all of them like, you're a keyboard warrior. You ain't going to do shit.
Is it worse after big games? Like when you had a 36-20 game? Or is it worse after like the loss where like people are at your head? Like
the loss or no? Well, many people think that our team isn't that good because our out of conference schedule wasn't that good. So people always say, oh, she only does this against the lower teams, or she doesn't do this against great teams. So then I got to prove myself. The good and the bad, both times. If we win and I have 36, they're still going to be saying something. We lose, they're definitely going to be saying something. So they always got something to say.
Did you know you had 36 in that game? Mm-mm. Like, did you know, like, you just, like, you lost count? That's how many
you don't be keeping track?
You weren't like,
no, I don't.
I'm almost at 30.
Oh, for real?
Once I get, they tell me, nah, they have this board that they'll tell me when I have a double-double. And once I have a double-double, then I already know. That's all I know.
Do you bookmark any of those tweets? Like when you to come back and be like, just I'm too petty. Like I would save one and just reply with the stat line that night after you cooked that kid's team.
Not really. I got some get back TikToks though. Like I got some.
Okay, good. Fuck it. That's great.
I don't know shit about TikTok, but that sounds exciting.
Right.
I'm all about pettiness.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about you a little bit coming up. You play point guard, right? Then you had the growth spurt.
Yeah.
So how did those guard skills help you translate to now playing more of a forward big role?
It helps me a lot for sure, being able to dribble past a lot of the post players because I'm usually the tallest, so they usually have the post guarding me. So I've been able to come off screens and get to the bucket. So that's just being able to expand my game. I think it's hard for a lot of players. I mean, I love playing defense, so being able to switch 1 through 5 is also something that has helped me.
Being the sort of hybrid player that you are with guard skills and then having the growth spurt, when you're looking and you see a big in front of you or a smaller guard in front of you, which one is more food to you? Like, which one are you looking at? Like, oh, I'm cooking that, big or small?
Big. Like when I'm coming out, like at the top, like if I get the ball at the top, it's big for sure. But when I'm down low, of course, it's small.
Mouse in the house. I got you.
I'm just sorry. I come from an older generation where coaches weren't really letting us get that off. If I was you were big, like get your ass in the post. What are you dribbling for? What are you doing? So it always warms my heart though when I see forwards bringing the ball up the court, centers, whatever, and just mixing people and really just getting into it. So it just I almost shed a tear just thinking about the PTSD of like what you dribbling for? Get your big ass in the post.
Even if you got a bucket, they like, what are you doing? You still do something wrong. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Angel, we appreciate you jumping on. I know I'm rooting for you. I'm sure these guys are rooting for you.
Thank you, guys.
You got us. We're rooting for you guys all tournament long. So make a deep run, and I can't wait to watch it.
Unless you see them UCLA Bruins. Other than that, I'm rocking with you. Unless you see, okay.
I ain't from here. Fuck the Bruins.
I'm a UCLA alumni. I gotta rock with them.
I'm all LSU. I got you. That's it.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
I got you.